the hot-tempered son. Once in a small village, there lived a young man named Arjun. He was strong, hardworking, and talented, but he had one flaw: his temper. Arjun would lose his cool at the slightest provocation. His anger was like a wildfire, quick to ignite and hard to control. This often led to conflicts with his family, friends, and even strangers in the village. Arjun's father, a wise and patient man, grew increasingly concerned about his son's behavior. He knew that Arjun's temper would only bring him trouble if left unchecked. One day, he decided to teach his son a lesson: the nails in the fence. The father called Arjun to the backyard, where he had placed a wooden fence and a box of nails. He handed Arjun a hammer and said, "Every time you lose your temper, I want you to hammer a nail into this fence." Arjun was confused but agreed. The first day, he hammered 10 nails into the fence. The next day, he managed to hammer only 7. Over time, as Arjun began to reflect on his actions, the number of nails he hammered decreased. He realized how often his anger controlled him and how much effort it took to hold it back. One day, Arjun didn't hammer a single nail. Proud of his progress, he told his father, who smiled and said, "Now, for every day you keep your temper under control, pull out 1 nail." Arjun followed his father's instructions. Slowly but surely, the nails were removed. When the last nail was gone, Arjun's father took him to the fence and said, "You've done well, my son, but look at the holes left behind. The fence will never be the same. Just like this fence, your words and actions in anger leave scars on people's hearts. No matter how many times you apologize, the damage remains." Arjun was struck by the lesson. He realized that his temper had hurt those around him, and he vowed to change. From that day forward, he worked hard to control his anger, practicing patience and understanding. A new beginning. Over time, Arjun became known not for his temper, but for his kindness and calm demeanor. He repaired the relationships he had damaged and became a respected member of the village. His father's lesson had transformed him, and he carried the wisdom of the fence with him for the rest of his life. Moral of the story: anger, like a hammer and nail, can leave lasting scars. It's important to think before we act and to control our emotions, as the damage caused by our words and actions can be irreversible. By Michael Obialu.